welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old.
No, it's not Thursday, it's Friday. We take Steve Wiltfong whenever we can get him. Fridays with Wiltfong debuts here on the Bucknuts Morning 5. Thanks for joining us, Steve.
Well, hey, I'd come on every day, but you got all the Bucknuts big hitters that you got to make time for, and I understand that I need to be down in the batting order when you're talking about guys like Bill Kurlick and the guy and Alex Kleitman and the people that the Bucknuts readers are fortunate to read every day, and I read them too.
Oh, Steve, don't pull back the curtain. It's a well-oiled machine, but we are going to talk. Speaking of well-oiled machine, some may be questioning Ohio State's ability to recruit as a well-oiled machine, given the latest Matthew Burrell news. Those who have followed recruiting know Matthew Burrell is a standout offensive lineman from Hilton High School, a powerhouse in Northern Virginia. Many of us thought, including Steve and I talking here, that it would come down to, at one point in time, we thought the Florida schools and Ohio State. Then there was some thought that it may be Tennessee or Ohio State. But it seems like Penn State has emerged down the stretch here. Steve, you kind of just bring us up to speed on Matthew Burrell and then how you kind of see it figuring out here as he's announced that he's going to make his announcement shortly.
Well, people close to Burrell thought it was going to be Florida or Florida State for him, you know, when we talked about it on your show a month ago and 2 months ago. There's been some developments and things change, and it's going to be Ohio State, Penn State, or Tennessee when he announces at any time. After our reporter, Jamie Oakes, who was out there at the school yesterday, broke the story that Burrell was going to commit yesterday, but ended up not doing it. But it's going to come within the week. Could come today. Could come tomorrow. He's going to do it on ESPN, so we'll see what happens with that and when they get that scheduled. But I talked to an Ohio State source yesterday that thought it could go in any direction at that point. Jamie Oakes left the high school thinking it was perhaps Tennessee, but later in the evening he thought Penn State. Our Penn State insider, Sean Fitz, feels good about Penn State right now. For me, I wouldn't be surprised with anything Burrell does at this point with those three schools. I think he sees an opportunity to make an early impact for two schools that he sees as rising programs, and then Ohio State. They're in the discussion for national championships year in and year out, but at his position, I think he sees a need in Columbus as well.
So after all this recruiting and it seems to me that Burrell did. I mean, I know we've heard that he's tiring of the recruiting process. It did seem like he enjoyed it to this point. But Penn State was never really. Penn State didn't even sound like they were in the mix. What changed? Is it the chance for playing time? Is it that he's a D.C., Maryland, Virginia guy? They call that the DMV. There's plenty of DMV guys there. What changed?
Well, Penn State's always been in the mix. He's always mentioned them, and they've always gotten love in Matt Burrell's stories as a school he's looking at the hardest, and they were always going to get an official. And he went up this weekend and had a great official. And, yeah, he's got guys that are committed to Penn State right now that he calls friends, Adam McLean, guys like that. So he'd be comfortable with the class he's coming in with. But I know he knows guys at Ohio State and Tennessee just the same. So for me, again, there's a lot of reasons why he could choose any of these three programs. His mind's made up, as he told us yesterday, as he told Jamie Oakes. So he knows where he's going. Now it's just the formality of getting the announcement date and getting it done with ESPN. So I don't know if it's not Ohio State or it's not Penn State or it's not Tennessee. I don't know if those staffs have an opportunity to change his mind before he makes his announcement. But he sounds like his mind's made up. He was ready to announce yesterday. But early playing time, I think, is available at all three schools, wouldn't you say?
Well, there's always a chance. I mean, if you my thing with guys of this caliber is if you're that good, you shouldn't even be worried about playing time. So.
And offensive line.
I'll be honest with you, Steve. I'm reading the tea leaves based on doing this for a while. It does not sound good, but I guess we'll just plays that.
Offensive line is the toughest position to come in and make an early impact. So when offensive linemen, even the blue chippers, talk about going to a place where they want to play early, I always want to take a step back and say, well, don't you want to go to a place that has a track record of developing your position? Because it's tough to walk into a major college football program at 18 years old and play a strong schedule and be a difference maker at the point of attack at that position. So Matt Burrell is as talented as any player in the country at that position. So if anyone can do it, he certainly can. But
ask Demetrius Knox and Jamarco Jones how easy it is to make an early impact. So I think I'm with you there.
Exactly, at that position, no doubt.
It's just such a short-term thing to me when they say playing time. Because go look at the professional raw. I mean, the Buckeyes put out 3 guys into the pros this past year. So that's the ultimate goal for these guys. So we'll see how it turns out. I have to admit, the last visit theory for me doesn't hold a lot of promise here. So speaking of last visit theory, obviously I don't think it's going to be their last visit, but the guys we have on the docket this weekend, there's a pair coming to see the Illinois game. There's a pair of Georgia prospects in the secondary that Ohio State has been chasing for some time that kind of bubbled up to the top here. Tell us about the 2 Peach State prospects that will be on the docket this weekend.
Well, the elite guy coming in is Lakeside, or Evans, Georgia, Lakeside safety Rashad Roundtree, who seems to be a Georgia lean coming in, but Ohio State was the one school that has a chance to overtake the Bulldogs, and the school that Rashad's been talking about and is excited to get up and take a look. I know Alex Gleitman's kind of been the lead reporter on Rashad Roundtree in Ohio State circles, so he's had great information on that. And Josh Norwood's coming in. The Buckeyes are the 24/7 Sports Crystal Ball favorite for him, a top 100 player at his position at cornerback out of Valdosta, so he'll be in. And then Ohio State, they're looking for difference makers up front. Brandon Bowen, 6'7", 330 pounds, out of Draper Corner Canyon, Utah, committed to the Utes. I love saying the Utes. Makes me think of my cousin Vinny every time I say it. The two Utes. But Brandon Bowen will be there, and Ohio State, they're bringing in. They've brought in some guys on campus. Even a couple. I know they brought in one under the radar offensive lineman that's committed elsewhere. So they're looking for offensive linemen still to fill out this class, and Brandon Bowen's a guy that they certainly would like to have in the fold.
There you have it, people. Your recruiting roundup heading into the weekend. We appreciate Steve being here, and as he mentioned, the Matthew Burrell announcement pending ESPN scheduling could come at any time, so keep it locked here to Bucknuts, people. Have a great weekend.